Hello viewers and welcome to another FIFA 18 Ultimate Team squad building episode, the second one on this channel to be precise, with me, Bromo18. The first time round we took a look at a Serie A side featuring team of the group stage Andre Silva, worth around 40,000 coins. That went really well. I really enjoyed playing with it and so far so good. This time around we've gone a little bit more experimental. It is a hybrid of many different nations and leagues. We have Ukraine in there. We have the Ukrainian league, i.e. Shakhtar Donetsk in there. We also have Brazil in there and also the Bundesliga, with a couple of features from elsewhere as well. As the title suggests, built around Inform Marlos, 84 rated, now of the Ukraine. I've really been looking forward to using him. This is almost the sole reason pretty much of why I've chosen to go with this team, just so I could fit him in to a side, and this is what I've came up with. On a side note, if you enjoy how this video goes, you like the content, you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more to come and already some going on as well, so be sure to do that. And without further ado, let's get into it. So the first name we've got on the team sheet is none other than Shakhtar Donetsk's Ukrainian goalkeeper Andriy Piatov. 450 coins to sign him for, 79 rated, does the job really, nice and all-rounded. That more or less speaks for itself. It was important I had him to link with the Ukrainian players, and thankfully we did have a decent Ukrainian goalkeeper to go with it. Next, in the right back position, we have Bogdan Butko. What a name that is. Something tells me that his name is going to be a lot better than the way he plays. 75 rated, not ideal to be fair. However, only 400 coins, you know, you can't really argue with that, but this was the position that was makeshift. We had to use him to fit into the side. There's not any better Ukrainian fullbacks. I could have used Shakhtar Donetsk Cerna, but I did decide to go with him because of the links to the other Ukrainian players. Next, in centre half position, we have Rakitsky for also for Shakhtar Donetsk. Now he's really a holding midfielder, judging by his stats. It's as though he's dropped back. You know, he's really all-rounded. Only 850 coins. I'm expecting him to help in the team because it's going to be very possession-based. His team, it's going to be possession-orientated, building up from the back, etc. So I think he's really gonna help that cause. He's really good on the ball. And for an 8 rated, only 850 coins, you can't really go wrong. And in the other centre-half position, we had two options. We could have gone for Miranda, but I decided to go for this man, Naldo. He is the all-round centre-back, really. He is just the epitome of a centre-half. 6'6", what a beast. However, the problem is that I actually had to buy him for 3,000 coins. The reason being that this week he is actually in form. So obviously his price of his normal card has increased due to the fact that you can't actually get him in packs, so it's slightly rarer. But for you guys watching this video, you'll be able to get him for cheaper than that, and he should have, you know, returned back to about 1,000 coins, maybe not even that. So yeah, he seemed like the best option really to link to this man, and that is Vendel, left back for Bayer Leverkusen. I actually got really lucky. I mean, he's the only Brazilian left back in the Bundesliga, and I needed one really, but it turns out he's actually very good. You know, very attacking. Again, as I say, that is going to be the emphasis from this team, to be an attacking unit. And as you can see, him and Naldo, both in Brazilian in the Bundesliga, have that green link. So yeah, really looking forward to see how he goes. Onwards to holding midfield position, and is this man, Stepanenko, also for Shakhtar Donetsk. You're going to find that is going to be a theme here. A lot of Shakhtar players, but thankfully they're very good, and he is an all-round holding midfielder, medium-high work rate in the defensive side. Again, his defensive stats, his physicality are the main factors about him, and that's why we want him just as a Yankman really to protect the back four. Left centre midfield, we have this guy Fred. Now I'm really liking the look of him. You might have noticed that I've played a couple of games with some of these players. The reason why I did 3 games on squad battles just to see how the side did before we go into this video and go into online games. But Fred was absolutely brilliant. He looked really good card. High work rate. I love a high work rate. 700 coins only for an 80 rated player. Really good. Very attacking, as you can see. But He does the business defensively as well. He'll track back. He's so energetic, and it's just so refreshing to have him in the side. Into right centre mid now, and we go for the man himself. It is Marlos. Obviously, there is a slight problem that he is out of position. That means he only has 6 chemistry. But that is the sacrifice we have had to make. I still believe he's going to be, really good in that position. 5-star skill moves, so refreshing. 34,000 coins. He's the main reason why this squad is around about the 40,000 coin mark, because otherwise, the squad would be lower than 10k most probably. But I'm hoping it'll be worth it. I've seen a lot of reviews of him, and everyone absolutely loves him. Don't have a bad word to say about him, and so yeah, really looking forward to using him. Next, into the centre forward position. And obviously that it means we are playing a false 9, and it is this man, Kovalenko. Again, his rating's not too good, but I do like the look of him, very much so. High work rate, again, 350 coins only. You can't go wrong with that. You'll probably be able to get a bid of 300 coins for him, because he's that cheap. And his stats are all rounded as well. I really like the look of him. He's going to help with the, again, with the emphasis of build-up play. He'll drop off, and the wingers will cut inside and overlap him. And you'll see why, because the side is essentially, along with Marlos, based around the 2 wingers being our most attacking threats. And one of those wingers on the left side first is this man, Conor Plianka for Schalke. He's one of the reasons why we had to change it to a Bundesliga, the likes of Vendel and Naldo coming in. And he looks really good. 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. 1,000 coins I got him for on a bid. And again, attacking wise, looks very good as well. I'm really looking forward to using him along with all the other players, really. And I think that he's going to be a welcome addition to the side. It will be interesting to see how he performs in terms of his stats, whether or not he'll chip in with goals and assists as well, because that's really what we're looking for him as on top of the build-up play. That's going to be the main factor behind how well he performs in this side. And finally, to round the team off in the right wing position, we have none other than that man, Andriy Yarmolenko. He was the obvious option. Another reason we had the Bundesliga contingent, and he looks very, very good. High work rate, 5-star skill moves. But on top of that, though, he's 6'2", and so when he's getting into the box, if I choose to cross it in, he's going to be an aerial threat. I really like the look of him. 1,800 coins I got him for. I expect him to be worth it. And if you've got even more, you can actually go and get his inform rated card, which is also 84, along with Marlos. I've seen that for about between 30 and 40k in coins. So if you've got the money, it might be worth going out and signing him and seeing how well it does. Now, before I go into some games, I just want to show you the other side that I made in terms of this hybrid. Obviously, this only has 9-set chemistry. That will change once the players get their loyalty bonuses of playing 10 games. Then it will be 100. But there was another side I made that was already at 100 chemistry. So I do quickly want to show you that. The reason I've chosen for this formation instead of this one is that it was so attacking. This 3-4-3 one, that is. It was too attacking for my liking. It left a lot of space open at the back, and a lot of people like to play like that. They like to just attack. That is fair enough. So you might prefer to play with this side. Obviously, a couple of changes in it. Miranda, Fabinho, and Jonathan's coming in, and Vendel now at left mid position. He gets slightly lower chemistry for that. Marlos actually out on right mid this time, and the problem was, I didn't really want him tracking back that much, Marlos, and it was having a toll on his stamina. His stamina is one of the slight problems that I found with him. I opted for the other formation in central midfield. He could be slightly less energetic because Fred and Stepanenko will cover for him. Whereas in that formation, because he's got no right back behind him, he's having to track back, and that was slightly frustrating. So yeah, we've opted to go for this side, and without further ado, I'm now going to go into some post-commentary gameplay and let you know how it went. So this was the first team that we came up against. Pretty impressive, as you can see. Informed special cards all over the place. And I was expecting to be in for quite a tough game. But it actually proved anything but that, to be fair. Despite this, it did start slightly wobbly. Here, the player doesn't switch to the correct one. So Vendel runs past it. But thankfully, when Quaresma goes through one-on-one, he misses the target. Now, I'm actually going to speed this up for you, but just look at the amount of passes the team makes in order to finish off this move. A well worked goal by the entire team, and Kontinuum gets his first goal. Soon after, we have another nice spell of possession, keeping calm as the ball is at our feet. We switch it over from the right side over to the left. Fred finds Vendel. Vendel looks at Kontinuum. He sees the run of Yarmolenko at the far post, and it is a bullet header from Yarmolenko as he makes it 2-0. In the second half, I see that he's going to pause it, and I think, well, maybe he wants to quit. I cross it in, his keeper collects it, and then he does this. Kontinuum gets the credit for that goal somehow, so I run off and wheel away in celebration, and then soon after, he does just as we expected him to do. Well, good game. I shall see you soon. The team played really well that game. Really took control of the game. Played exactly how I was looking for us to play. Possession, attacking based. And I was really pleased. So this was the next scene that we came up against. It looked very much more sweaty than the last one. And it proved to be so. It was a really difficult game. I really did enjoy it. And it started to, you know, show the faults in this team. Despite this, we actually started off really well. In the 6th minute, Kovalenko gets the ball. He finds the run once again of Andriy Yarmolenko, and it's another bullet header into the same corner, likewise to the last goal that we scored in the previous match. And it was a fantastic start for us. Yarmolenko is dangerous coming in into that right side. 6'2" tall, high attacking work rate. You know that's the sort of thing he's going to do. However, it all went downhill from there. In all fairness, this first goal was my fault. Disgraceful defending. I've never defended that badly in my life playing on FIFA, and rightfully so. We have been cost a goal because I deserved to concede after that shocking display. However, next time it wasn't so much down to me. There was a lot of stagnation here, as you can see. People aren't moving about. Once the rebound is there, no one reacts quick enough. Giroud manages to latch onto it, and it was really disappointing once again. And that was the frailties that we found in this team. I mean, here are some examples of how, you know, simple passes that we could have made that we just weren't making. They were giving them away. Again, we could feed Yarmolenko through here. It doesn't get through, and it was really frustrating. And then to top it all off, he goes through with Giroud. Some poor defending once again. They don't react quick enough to the turning, and he makes it 3-1 just before half-time. Again, this was where the negative points of the team started to show. Defensively, there was a lot of laziness. I tended to find that there wasn't much protection for the back four. And afterwards, when we could hit him on the break like this, it was Stepanenko that was the furthest forward. And I couldn't understand why, to be honest. There was nothing from Marlos, who was very disappointing in this game. He was too far back. He couldn't get his influence onto the game. And the same with Fred. He was really poor. He was being shrugged off to the ball. And that proved to make it a very boring second half. And as you can see here, nothing happened until the stoppage time, when he went in and scored again to make it 4-1. So it was a really poor performance. And I think the problem is with this team is that it didn't suit my style. I think a lot of people will enjoy it and they will have better success with it. But for me, I wanted to play quick attacking football. You know, it was all about pass and move, pass and move. You can't really do that on this game. It has to be slow build up if compared to if you're going to try and be you know, quite flair minded about it. Also, there was a lot of defensive vulnerabilities there, and I like to be shored up at the back and go on from there. So yeah, it wasn't really for me. Despite the fact we had that win in the first game, it just wasn't really good enough. I definitely think there needs to be some other way to get Marlos into games, because out on the right it doesn't quite seem to work for him. You know, I've used him out in the right in that other formation, the 3-4-3 we talked about. He wasn't quite there. His stamina isn't quite up to scratch, but there must be a way. It'd be nice to be able to play him in cam, but then his chemistry does go down to 2, which is really frustrating, because I think he'd be very good there, get his influence on the game. So yeah, slightly disappointing, but nevertheless it's about giving my unbiased opinion on these teams that I make, just to give people the opportunity really to see if they should try out the team and if they like it. You know, I know a lot of people would try this team and would have better luck than me. But having said that, that is now the end of the video, guys. If you've made it through to the end, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Give a like on the video if you enjoyed the content, and if you want to see more, you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I'll really appreciate it, and there will be a lot more to come. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Brom18, and I will see you soon.